We're starting a new podcast called Viper's Den, and I'm your host for today, Fate, or you can call me Dylan or Champs, whichever one we go between. But here are my co-hosts, Viper Drizzy and Sickly Vipers. If you guys want to go ahead and give an introduction.
What's good? It's your boy Aiden.
It's Andrew.
Very nice. So we can start off with a little small talk, and then we can get into the topic. So, how's everyone's day been going?
It's been solid. Grinding Destiny 2 with no reward, actually.
I'm telling you now, Bungie, this is out to you. I don't get my goddamn sunshot by the end of the day, I will do something illegal.
All right.
He will be in bars by the end of the night.
Damn right.
So, did anyone catch the Celtics Heat game? Was it Saturday or Sunday night?
I want to cry. Jimmy, what are you doing, fam? I know you're doing okay, but Bam, you need to stop talking. Duncan, you need to hit your shots. Because if you lose tonight, I'm going to fight someone.
Yeah, no, the fact that they're blowing a 3-0
Like,
lead,
what?
and they're probably going to lose tonight.
Listen. You guys don't understand what's at stake for me. My two favorite players are about to choke terrible leads. My favorite player, Stephen Curry, choked a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals in 2018. And now my other favorite player, Jimmy Butler, wants to sell the bag. What is going on? I don't understand.
Well, speaking of basketballs,
Oh.
our topic is balls to the wall. It's balls to the wall moments where you went into a situation and you just said, fuck it. Or you said, it could either be a hold my beer moment or a fuck it, we ball moment or balls to the wall moment. What is the moment where you just went in there and you were just basically a little daredevil? Does anyone have any moments where they were just like, fuck it, balls to the wall?
Huh.
I'm going to have to think about that one.
Okay, I can start off with one.
All right.
So just to give a little background, when I was younger, all of at my dad's house, we had literally 20 different types of reptiles in the house, with aquariums and stuff like that, right? So we had 5-6 different types of snakes, some skinks, and fill in the rest, whatever. Even had a pet tarantula, right?
Sorry, what was it?
Snakes, skinks, lizards.
You're gonna
What is a
have to
skink?
give us a definition.
A skink?
of that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so a
what's a
skink is
skink?
a mix between a lizard and a snake. So it has shorter legs than a lizard and is a lot longer. At least the one we had a blue-tailed skink. And they look like a lizard, but they're technically not. So it's kind of do you know what a newt is?
Yeah.
Okay, so how a newt is the mix of a frog and a lizard, the skink is the snake and lizard version of that. If that makes sense.
Well, editor, put a picture of that in there.
Yeah, okay.
We're editing this one.
But so we had very familiar with all types of animals, right? When I was younger. So my kind of ball to the wall moment, if you will, was so we were hiking. I think it was Crowder's Mountain, and so we get to the top. It's great hike, beautiful view, and I'm probably 8, and we're climbing, and this was before my fear of heights, so I didn't look freak out when I looked down. So I'm climbing up this rock face kind of, and I put my hand in and I hear a little bit of a hiss, right? But I just keep going, right? So then Levi is behind me, which is my brother, and he goes and puts his hand in the same place I put mine, and it's a louder hiss, and my dad hears it, and he goes and looks, and it's a baby copperhead about this big, right? And if you don't know, the worst type of venomous snake is the babies, because they don't know how to control their venom. So they'll bite you and then they'll put out all their venom into you. So you can die really, really quickly. So my dad goes in with his knife and pulls it out and cuts off his head, right? So then, we put it in a Gatorade bottle for some reason, and me, Levi, and Zach sprint down the mountain, yelling about this bottle, this copperhead that we have in this Gatorade bottle to everyone that we are walking past. And I promise you, I felt like an Olympic sprinter. I was sprinting down this, jumping, bounding off of rocks. I'm pretty sure I got down in like 5 minutes. So like the balls to the wall part is me literally like sprinting down the mountain.
Okay,
I feel that.
that's fair.
Damn. Funny enough, one time we were leaving a baseball practice, and my dad also killed a copperhead and put it in a Gatorade bottle. I think that's just a dad
Interesting.
thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
That's so
so
weird.
Our go-to thing, but
It's interesting. I don't know why. Hmm. Balls to the wall. Yeah. I get. Well, it's not really mine. It'd be more or less. It's kind of a similar situation to Andrew's, except we weren't hiking. We were camping. Um, it was the literal one time I went camping, and I still have not gone since. But I have family in PA, and those family members love to go camping. They absolutely love it. I am not the type of person that would even remotely love camping or even like being outside. Grass is poison to me. But they decided to bait me into it, right? So essentially, what ended up happening is we're roaming, and they forget to tell the people that don't normally go on this trail, like we're walking to the camp, that there's a pit, and there's like a literal like hole into the center of the earth. Like it's like at least, well, I was like 9, so it's probably 6 foot, but it felt like 10 feet, right? I watch as one of my not one of my siblings. Why am I saying my siblings? One of my cousins that uh came down from Ohio. He just disappears. He sinks directly into it. And my immediate reaction wasn't the normal reaction, the normal Aiden reaction where it's, I'm going to go run and get some help. It was, I dove after him and grabbed him by his arm and held him up before he could fall into the pit. And the bottom of the pit is like all poison ivy, right? And that specific cousin is like really, really allergic to poison ivy. So it was actually really beneficial that I did that. But normally, normal me would never have done that.
freaking mom instincts kicked in.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened there.
This isn't a. Oh, go ahead.
Nah, there's a multitude of times where I've had a situation like that where someone's drowning and then I'll jump in and like save them. But other than that, besides
I was
those,
just gonna say that. I was just gonna say it's not a hold my beer moment, but I've had something like that happen. So at the time, me and my brother did not know how to swim, and we were at a cousin's birthday party. We were in the pool. I'm guessing my brother went a little too far in the deep end, and he started to drown. So I go over there. I walk over there because I don't know how to swim either. I'm trying to keep him above the water. This dude pushes me under the water, so that I start to drown, and then he stayed above water.
Sacrifices have to be made.
bro, drowning is life or death, bro. You
Yeah,
see
bro.
somebody that's drowning, they gonna fight you, bro.
We both got out completely fine, but it was just I still give him a hard time about it. It was just I'm
That
trying to think of a
I can
hold my
say,
beer moment.
mine's not like anything that I did was crazy or anybody that did
Yeah.
was crazy, but on the topic of like life threatening kind of thing,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you ever heard this story, but there was a time when I was younger that I got stabbed in the eye by a knife, right? So let me explain. Set the scene. Zach and Levi are going through their Boy Scout, like tying knots, all this thing that they need to do to rank up in Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Well, basically, Zach decided to try some knots on Levi and hogtied him. If you don't know what that is, it's the wrist like this, and then your feet also there, right? So he's hogtied, and Zach tied the knot so tight that he couldn't untie him. So he's trying to cut him, and as he's cutting him, I'm laying on the bed, like playing my freaking little DS or whatever, right? And he tells Levi, "Don't kick once I kick, get your legs free." And Levi's like, "Okay." So what do you think happens? He cuts his legs free. Levi kicks. The knife flips up in the air and lands right here and stabs me. It doesn't go like super deep. I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that. But like blood started like trickling down my face and everything. And they thought that they had actually like punctured my eye. And so we're like quietly rushing to the bathroom to wash me off. And Mom sees us and pulls us into the room. I'm bleeding. Levi has rope burns and bruises on his arms and wrists. It was not a great day in the Brackett household.
That sounds awful. Somebody would have died if it was my household.
Yeah.
I'd go sit there and lie to you. And it probably would have been me. Let's be honest.
It would have been your fault. So
they would have blamed this out of me.
I'm trying to think about balls to the wall moment. Have either one of you ever been like cliff jumping or anything like that?
I've been on a cliff, but
Like where you jump into the water?
Oh no, Lord no. I would.
Well, this wasn't me because I didn't do it, but I was there. One of my friends was he didn't want to. They went cliff jumping. I just went with them. It was like maybe a year and a half ago, and so they were
That's some white people
they
stuff.
were doing like a couple of them were doing like backflips and stuff. This one guy didn't want to jump, and then they basically like almost peer pressured him to jump. This dude, you know how you're supposed to either like jump like that or that.
Yeah.
He jumped like that, and when I tell you it's the loudest sound I've ever heard, it was like, dude, it was so loud.
He probably knocked himself out.
The front of his, you can tell when he got out, he was, like, you can tell he was out of breath. This dude's chest was like beet red.
Yeah.
Bro just belly flopped off a cliff.
Yeah. This is probably like
that's gotta be
good like 40 to 60 feet. It wasn't like a
dude. He could have died.
He could have died. Yeah.
He could have died.
That is crazy.
I'm sorry. That's.
Yeah, no, that was stupid. I did not do that. I said I'm not doing that.
I'm never cliff jumping, but I damn sure am never belly flopping off a cliff.
Susie told me that she wanted to go skydiving. And I said, no, absolutely not.
No.
Never. Never.
You can do it by yourself. I ain't doing it.
I will be on the ground waiting, but you can go.
I guess this is another. I'm trying to like think of any like balls to the wall moments I've had. I'd have to like think about it. But another moment that my cousin did, he was riding a go-kart, and there's a turn, and you know go-karts are pretty light.
Yeah.
So if you turn the wrong way, it's not gonna go well. So he's coming across a dirt road with a bunch of rocks and stuff. He goes flying across it, and I'm playing like Monkey in the Middle with my grandparents or something, and we hear he comes flying across and he rolls it like 3 or 4 times, and we run over there to go check on him, and he gets out of the go-kart and just limps home.
Fair. I mean,
like,
that's what real men
what else
do.
do we do there?
I remember
That's fair.
it was like the first time it snowed here when I first moved here, and we had this 4-wheeler that Levi loved to drive. So he decided to be smart to go and drive it during the snow. So I'm like, okay, yeah, like I'll ride with you, whatever. Brother bonding, at that point, me and him were very cool with each other. So we're going, and he's like fishtailing on the street, and then he's like, "You want to go down through the woods?" Again, through like inches of snow, and in South Carolina, which is like all hell has broken loose.
God forbid we get an inch that freezes. We're done for.
Yeah.
Everything's close. Don't go nowhere.
We're going through. You guys know the trail behind my house. We're going through the
Oh yeah,
trail.
you mean the one that has the 90-degree fall?
Yeah. So we're going through the
Yeah.
trail.
All right. Yes, I know.
With the 4-wheeler, and he goes and tries to do a turn like your cousin did, and turns, and it almost flips, and then we stable, and then we can't move, and we're stuck halfway in the woods, in the snow, and I don't even have like, I think I might have had a jacket on, maybe, or something like
Sounds
that,
like it.
in tennis shoes, and we have to walk back, my socks soaked. We had to go get pull the 4-wheeler out. It was awful. It was terrible.
I got a decent story about snow. So not at this place, but my old place was literally just, I mean, technically this place is still apartment complexes, but it was like apartment complex here. It was just a bunch of houses. I have no one outside this window is what I'm basically saying here. But back then I did. And it snows, right? And all of a sudden I just hear some like, not really barking, but it's like, it was not like a dog's bark, what I'm trying to say. And it wasn't like a wolf growl.
A man barking?
No, it was
No.
nah. It
Me
was
outside of Aiden's window.
no, it was a pack of coyotes that were just sitting there playing in the snow. Like they were jumping up and down, having a blast. They were having a great time. They were having just about as fun a time as we used to have when we were children playing in the snow. Right? And then the lady right across the street from me, she goes to walk her little chihuahua. And I promise to God,
no.
I promise to God, the coyote's over here just playing. The chihuahua comes out. It went from straight play to straight serious. And it's the one time I've ever spoke to that lady ever in my lifetime. I said, go back in the house right now. Because I don't even want to see what's going to happen. Because I would have got a full frame picture of it. I swear to God I would. I literally would have seen every single small detail.
Editor, roll the clip.
Dude, she was so fucked, bro. It was
some
so
guy in the
fucked.
bushes.
It was,
No chihuahua.
dude, it was so fucked, bro. I've never seen that before, though. Very interesting.
That's so crazy.
That's hilarious.
Well, it
Now-
seems like we kind of like flipped the topic. So let's get into another topic of
Yeah, what's up?
snow stories.
Mm.
So-
What stories?
I want to start with one. So we were outside playing in the snow. You know, like you guys said, it's not snow once it hits the holy land of South Carolina.
We don't get
It turns into ice.
we get ice.
So we're playing like, you know, we're trying to build a snowman and we're playing like Nerf guns and stuff like that. Well, I think my cousin decided he just wanted to have a snowball fight, and he takes this hunk of ice, like this big, and he throws it at my brother.
Oh my
Smacks him
gosh.
dead center in the face. My man dropped. And let's just say we didn't play anymore after that because he just walked home. He just.
Fair
I'm
enough.
realizing when my family gets hurt, they don't like cry or complain. They just walk
Go
home.
home.
Yeah,
Go home.
yeah. No, he just walked home. I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, no, and you guys been to my house before. You know that big old hill that we have?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
We went sledding down that hill before, and there's a ditch down there.
Oh,
So it's all ice going down there. I went sledding down there, flew off the hill, landed back on the hill, kind of like that, and then slipped into the ditch.
no.
The sled is on top of me, and I'm sitting in the ditch like,
Father help.
"If
That's
other help."
So
Snow days have never worked for me.
No, snow
That's all I'm
days
saying.
suck here. It's like they're
Your mic switched.
Yeah. Bruh.
But Andrew, do you have any more snow stories?
I do. So, one was back at my dad's old house. We lived in like a trailer, right? So, basically, do you guys know like the old kitty like sandboxes that were like in the shapes of animals, like turtles and stuff like that? Okay, so basically, it was one of those, and we took the lid off, so it was just the turtle shell, right? And we were gonna use it as a sled down this road. Okay, brilliant.
I can already see where this is going.
Okay.
Nah.
So, not only did we have those, but we had also built like a wooden, some sort of cart or something like that to drive down the snowy road, right? So, number one, I go on the little turtle thing, right? And it's going pretty good because I'm keeping my balance. But I hit like a pebble or ice or something like that and almost do a full flip and land in the road and just go and fall and it's over. And then I look up, right? I look up and I look back and here comes the cart that we had. They were driving and I was here. Here's the cart. It went right around me, dude. I almost died.
That's the hold my beer moment, bro. Why the hell did you even do that?
I don't know, but it was awesome.
Oh my gosh. Aiden, you got any snow stories?
All right. Now this one will show you how bad my ego gets sometimes. Right? So I'm from the north. Obviously, as my previous story mentioned, that I have family in PA, Ohio, and around there. So we went up on winter one time to PA. And I went outside, had my little coat on, and it was like snow we ain't seen down here. Like, it was some snow, right? And I'm like, all right, I got this, right? That same year, it snows down here. So I was like, in South Carolina, I don't need no damn jacket to go outside. It's not that cold, right? I swear to God, I took one step outside, and that shit humbled me so fast because it wasn't even cold. That wasn't even a problem. I know a lot of people that get real snow don't know this demonic term known as black ice.
Black ice? Oh my gosh.
Like, I know family members from PA that have never seen black ice, never heard of it, never even encountered it. First thing that happened to me, took one step outside, straight up like a banana peel, went right down my driveway. Stepped right on black ice. And I kid you not, I busted my ass. Right? But you know what? I was 11, got my ass up, continued playing. Right?
Didn't need no jacket.
Right? Look, so in my neighborhood, which you guys have been to, but you guys don't know about this part, there used to be this little duck pond. It's not there anymore. But there used to be this little duck pond, right? And when we would get the slightest even chance of snow, it would freeze, right? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking exactly what I'm about to tell you. It's not really frozen. It's like that slush ice thing, right?
Yeah.
So 11-year-old Aiden and his group of 9 friends, because he was very popular back then, decided we're gonna jump on it, right? Yeah, you can see where this is going. You can see where this is going. By the way, I didn't mention, I'm not wearing pants. I'm wearing shorts. Yeah, I was wearing shorts.
Bro died of hypothermia.
Oh, we'll get there. Right? Because the story gets worse. Right? So we jumped in it. Immediately, the ice broke. And immediately, we're 11. So we're screaming because it's freezing cold. Right?
Right.
So then we continue to play for like 2 hours. And then I start to feel myself slowing down. Like, actually physically. Like, I couldn't even run anymore. Like, I was literally walking because I was so cold. I couldn't run anymore. Right? So I took off my gloves because I did have gloves. I had gloves, but no jacket and shorts. Right? My index finger was literally purple. It was actually purple. It was literally purple. I swear to God, I came in the house and the words mom said to me shouldn't even be said to a child. She was pissed. She was beyond pissed. Like, and you wanna know the worst part about it is? Guess what I did guess what the first thing I did when I came home was? I ran it under hot water.
Oh, no.
Dude, I was in pain the whole rest of the day. Dude, and remember, that was the year where we had a week of snow days. Y'all remember that year?
Yeah.
It was that week. Mom, that was the first day of the snow days. Mom forbade me from going outside any of the other snow days. I got to go outside that one time. That was it. She did not let me go back outside.
That's great.
You guys remember the big staircase I have on the side of my house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I slipped down I slipped down at one time. It was like going down a slide, bro. I felt every step. Slipped to the top one, went whee.
I said I can't lie. I can't lie. I've fallen at least 4 or 5 times on the stairs, the upstairs stairs. Going downstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, funny story about that. While we're talking about my stairs for some reason. Look.
Oh,
So
no.
all right. So my middle brother, Amari, we also know him as the troublemaker. He likes to get himself in trouble, and he likes to get everyone in trouble. When he gets in trouble, we all get in trouble, right? So I can't remember what exactly he was doing, but he was making fun of, or he was like cracking a joke at mom or something like that, right? So mom playfully turned around and looked at him, and she gave him that look that was like, do it again, play around, right?
Right.
So me and Avant run downstairs, and we are continuing to say the same joke. Like, why are we doing this? Because we like to get in trouble. It's fun, right?
No.
Amari didn't realize we left. Right? So mom, now armed, she's
Armed?
she's
And dangerous.
she's running after the two of us that are downstairs, and then she pauses for a second. She's like, wait a minute, Amari's still upstairs, right? Amari realizes that mom's coming after her. He takes off running through her legs, takes that sharp left out of his room, and mom swears to God, he ran off the stairs. Like, I'm talking Looney Tunes runs off the stairs.
What?
And I swear, this is how it sounded for me and Avant. Amari goes, oh, snap! Boom! You can hear his every single footstep, and then you just don't hear footsteps for like 3 whole seconds, and then you hear boom, boom, boom. I'm like, what the hell happened?
Oh my gosh.
Happened? Right? And mom is no longer angry. She is laughing. She is absolutely dying of laughter. Right? My dad was on the middle section of the steps, right? He's seen the whole thing. He is wheezing. the dude flew down the stairs, and then just he hit the ground, got up, and just kept on running. He was gone. It was so funny.
That's
So,
awesome.
I kind of have a title for this now. So we're actually going to switch the topic to stairs. Stairs stories. So I actually have one. Don't you look at the camera. I actually have one.
Is
So
it a deck or is it a porch?
The fucking porch.
stairs.
The porch.
We'll get to that in a minute.
God forbid.
So, I was working on a film set, and we're in a barn. Well, the barn has a lower part where they keep the horses at, and an upstairs part. Well, the upstairs part, the stairs they're not there anymore. I'm not sure what happened. So, I think it was just a ladder there. I wasn't really here for that part. But so our art department made stairs that led up to it. Well, I climbed up those stairs. I said, I'm not too sure about these stairs. But they said, oh, it'll be fine. It's whatever. So they wanted to they call it a dolly. I'll put a picture right here of it. They wanted to get this thing up the stairs. It's basically like a mini car. No, it's a couple tons.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, not a couple tons. It's heavy though. It takes like 2 or 3 people to lift it up, and they wanted to get this up the stairs. So their idea was to put the dolly track down on the stairs and push it up the stairs. Well, after that didn't work, they said, "All right, we're just gonna carry it." Well, there's one step that I was very sketchy of when I first saw it. I was like, "It's bowing already. That's not gonna hold." But they said it'll be fine. Well, we started picking it up. I hear the dude is in front of me. I hear crunch, and he is sitting like he is halfway through the stairs. One leg is on the stair, one leg is hanging off, and the dolly shifts towards him. And I'm trying to pull it back towards me, and the dude is fighting for his life because he just fell through the steps. So because you can't have many people on the steps because the whole thing's gonna collapse.
Right.
Because it's old. And I'm just like trying to hold it. He finally gets down. He runs back up, and then we pull it back. And then we're like, yeah, let's not do that. That's what I said. They said, no, we got to get it up there.
I'm sorry.
So they quickly drilled in another piece of wood, and then we finally got it up there, and everyone was safe. But I just saw that happen.
So
I was like, dude, that piece of wood is not gonna hold us. And as soon as he goes up, it he just falls through.
Dang.
But yeah,
That's
Andrew,
so
you got any stairs stories?
Sure. So I went to a Christian private school for like elementary,
dumb.
and as like the elementary kids, we would watch the prom. And we called it touch a class, right?
Huh?
Like,
Wait a minute. What?
just listen.
Whoa, wait a
The
minute.
naming is awful.
Touch a class.
Okay, so it's yeah, called touch a class. Most people called it touch of.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So-
touch your ass. Okay.
So, but
Hey.
it would normally be like the homecoming game, right? And
Mhm.
then they would, after the game, they would go and have their party, right? So we would watch the homecoming part as like the elementary and middle school people, and then the high school people after the game would leave, right? And we wouldn't be involved in that. So basically, you've been to my church before. So
You're-
the church is the old gym of my private school, right?
Oh yeah, you said.
Okay. So the upper story used to have 2 staircases coming down. And that's where all the girls would like get dressed up there into their gowns and walk down and then get met by their whatever date or whatever, right? And we had a big spotlight that would all the cringy stuff, right?
That's so cringy.
Okay. So this all leads up to, it's a beautiful night. All the girls have great dresses, everything's going well until this one girl steps out and immediately trips and falls halfway down the stairs, catches herself, and then finishes walking down gracefully.
W.
Nice
At least she
save.
caught herself.
Don't you say?
I
job,
think
girl.
she went to win the like homecoming queen or whatever
She
too.
deserved it.
So it was
Yeah.
crazy.
W.
Play.
But no, I don't think like I've ever spectacularly fell downstairs.
Yeah.
But
I got a story that involves Andrew, since he doesn't think he has any stair stories.
do I not?
So there was
Let's
the one
hear it.
time. There was the one time where we had. I don't even know how I'm gonna say this without getting canceled. But we had one time we had a fire drill in Miss Moore's English class, which was one of our. We won't talk about it. We'll talk about it
Yeah.
at some point, but we won't
Not
talk
now.
about it.
Her career is on the line.
Yeah, but it's a fire drill. But they didn't say it was a fire drill. It wasn't one of the planned fire drills. It was one of the unplanned fire drills. When they started doing that shit, right? Look, I fucking hated when they did that shit because people would go crazy. It would be people sprint down the stairs, right? Now, to preface the story, we had a lot of crazy kids at our high school,
True.
and a lot of them were my friends.
True.
Right? I'm not gonna name which kid did this, but we had a small section of height challenged people that went to our school, right? I kid you not. I'm standing next to Andrew. The guy walks up to me, says, "I'm going to jump over them," right? Because we didn't know it was a fire drill. We thought it was really a fire, right? So he proceeds to full sprint to the stairs and jump over all of them. And then proceeded to sprint all the way out.
It was honestly very graceful.
It was crazy as hell. I was like, what is wrong with this guy?
Wait. Did he jump over you two?
No. He was standing to the, we fit 3 people because we were, like, stupidly skinny. So it was me, him. It was me, because I always stand on the left side of Andrew. Yeah, I always stand on the left side of Andrew. So Andrew was in the middle, and he was on the other side of Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he jumped over, like, we were on, like, the 5th step to the bottom, and he jumped over, like, the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
I'll tell you exactly who it was after this. I don't want to name drop. I don't want to name drop.
Yeah, no, but it was... I do remember that now. It was...
Yeah, that was insane.
We got one last stair story. Oh,
no.
We're gonna wrap up. I want to explain the stairs versus porches argument that me and my co-host Aiden had.
This was an era of a lot of things were going wrong with Aiden, because that was the same one where Andrew was using a bunch of doctor terms and expected me to know them.
How do you know what flaccid means?
I don't. I mean, I know now, but I didn't at the time. Like, would you? Because
we had a full-blown yelling argument about if the stairs on the side of my house, which are outside, if they're a staircase or if it's a part of a porch. And I think I was part of the stairs.
You were
Aiden was part of the porch. And
Andrew was just an innocent
yelling.
I was just there.
I'm gonna tell my part of the story, and then Aiden can tell his part of the story. But my part of the story went full blown yelling matchup, and then my dad comes in, and he's like, "You good, man?" I'm like, "No." I said, "Tell him that we have a fucking staircase and not a porch." He was like, "I'm not getting in this." He just slowly closes my door, and this is like an hour argument. Andrew's just sitting there, just in silence,
it was
not
like
saying
watching
anything.
my parents argue.
Yeah, like, "Mommy, Daddy, stop!"
Stop.
It was heated argument, bro. I was like, I was red. I looked in the mirror. I was red.
It got to the point where, like, I had like 15 Google tabs pulled up for both sides. It was so bad.
Look,
You can tell.
So what happened on my end was we're going at it. It's been like an hour, and all of a sudden I hear, little footsteps, right? Little tiny footsteps, right? So after the argument is done, I proceed to, cool off. Now, fun fact about myself, I have a very volatile temperature. So, like, when I get angry, I physically get hot. Andrew's maybe mad enough to where my temperature's been 108 before.
Oh my God.
So, I get extremely hot.
Like it.
Right? So, I went to their bathroom to get a thermometer. I opened the door. Everyone in my house was sitting there crouched on the door.
Oh my God.
My dad was there. My mom was there. Both my little brothers were there. My grandma was there, and my aunt was sitting right there.
Oh my God.
He said, "Bro, what are you scratching with in there?"
That's exactly what Coach Rock said. He said, "What in the fuck did y'all get in an argument about?" He said, "All I heard was stairs and porches. What's going on?"
Now, we don't debate about anything important like politics, religion.
Yeah, no, it doesn't get religion, politics, or anything like that. Porches and stairs.
It's a freaking staircase.
But listen. To give further context of how we were even that tilted. Listen, have you guys ever played the game called Overwatch?
Oh no.
Answer the question.
Yes.
Answer the question. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to chat.
Oh, my bad.
That's
how we got that mad. It takes one widow headshot to send me over the edge.
Dude, I remember about Overwatch, the one time that I feel like Champion was actually.
Oh no! We need to save it. We need to save it for another time. That's such a good story.
Okay, we'll leave that for the next one.
We'll save it for another time. If that wants to be one of our topics, like.
Oh my gosh.
best gaming rages. Because I promise you, that's such a good moment.
That was a great moment. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know exactly which one he's talking
I
about.
know exactly which one he's going to talk about too. And I need to get my other friend Hodge. I need to get him on here because he has a rage moment of mine that like stuck with him forever that I completely forgot about. And he brings it up like he's been bringing it up the past couple of weeks. I'm like, bro, I do not remember a single thing about that. But it's time to choose a host for next week.
Uh-oh.
The person to be hosting next week is going to be Andrew.
Oh. Dang it.
You got it, sweetheart. I believe in you.
Okay. It'll be fine.
You'll be all right.
I'll figure it out.
I'm excited to see what you bring to the table next week. And I think we're going to wrap it up there. Does anyone have any
please don't bring just the table.
I hate
Anyone
you.
have any closing statements they want to make before we wrap this up?
Like, subscribe, comment. 2-star algorithm.
Yeah, do that. Make sure to check
It was
us out.
stairs. It wasn't a porch.
It's not. It's a fucking porch.
Fuck you.
I'm out. Peace.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.